TV. This is your host, Kim Barnes Jefferson, and it is our first episode. I gotta tell you, I'm a little nervous right now and taking some deep breaths, but bear with me, I got a lot of great stuff to share with you. So the show, what the heck is it about? I want this show to be a resource of information that helps women not only feel good, but look fabulous and have their best, healthiest life. And one of the challenges I know when talking to my clients and talking to friends, there's a lot of information out there, and I want to be able to distill that down so that you can easily understand what the heck people are talking about, but also be able to take that information and do something with it. You know, it's great to have all this information, but if you're not doing anything with it, why have the information unless you're going to be on Jeopardy? And that's awesome. And you know, I got a lot of useless facts up there, so give me a lifeline call if you need me. But I'm your host, Kim Barnes Jefferson, and I am a certified personal trainer. I'm a lifestyle engineer, and I'm a wellness coach. And you're like, what the heck does that mean? Basically, I want everyone to feel amazing and look great. Like, that's, at the end of the day, that's my mission in life. I get lit up when I see women excel in finding that balance between living a healthy life and not the insanity of the constant deprivation and yo-yo diets that I see out there all the time from time to time. So today in this episode, you know, we are knocking on the door of 2016. I know, where did 2015 go? And so many of us will be setting resolutions. And, you know, I'd say, you know, in the top 3 of the resolutions is something around weight, health, fitness, whatever you want to call it. There's going to be some type of desire, some type of intention around weight. And I just want to let you know that I'm here to support you. And so what I want to be able to do is, as we enter kind of the last 2 weeks of the month when things might get a little cuckoo, I want to, let's just set ourselves up for success. And so what I'm going to give you is a list of 20 things that you can do instead of stick your head into the refrigerator. And I want you to know that I'm going to list this stuff off, but I don't want you to feel like you need to write this down. On my website, I will have a download for this, so that way you can download it and use it as a guide, use it as a worksheet. That link is fabfitsquad.com/live TV. All right, and that's all one word, and you punch that in, you go right to the page. You'll also be able to replay this episode in about 24 hours. And you'll also be able to grab the download, okay? So as we go through, you know, just don't feel like you have to scribble down notes. If that's your thing, go for it. But I don't want anyone to feel like they need to scribble down notes. And so when we think about, you know, changing habits, eating healthier, getting fitter, whatever the term you want to use, we all go to that, oh my God, it's hard. Like, that's like the first place we go. That's hard. And I want us to kind of shift the conversation from that's hard to how do I make this manageable? How can I fit this into my already crazy busy life? And how do I keep my sanity? How do I make this as easy as if I were sleeping? No one has to tell you how to sleep. No one has to tell you how to brush your teeth. It's what you do. And that's what I want healthy eating to be about for you. So, you know, for 2 hot seconds, close your eyes, and I want you to visualize, like, if you're setting a goal around weight loss, what would that look like? How would you be? How would you feel? I mean, like, what is that image that's coming up? And I'm hoping that image that you have on your face right now, there's a smile. Like, you're just like, wow, that would be so good. And you're just visualizing what that feels like. Because when you visualize, oh my God, it's gonna be so hard, it's gonna suck, you're never gonna be successful. You need to, up here, go to that happy place, because we are always gonna have those challenging times. We are always gonna have those times when we feel like, oh hell, this ain't happening. But when I go to that happy place in my mind, I wanna be in that happy place. And like, in my happy place, I'm sitting on the beach in the Caribbean, and it's all nice and smooth, water, someone's catering to me. That's my happy place. You know, I'm not thinking about, oh my God, you know, a brownie bringing me to my knees. I'm not thinking about those things. I'm thinking about, like, I am happy and I'm being in the flow and I'm enjoying. And that's where I want all of us to get to. So if you didn't take those 2 seconds, take those 2 seconds. Like, what does your ideal scene look like? What is that all about for you? Why the heck are you doing this? To be miserable? There's plenty of things you can do to be miserable. Come over and clean my house. That probably make you miserable. But that's what I want you to think. What is it about this that you want so badly that will make you happy? All right, I belabored the point enough. You know where I'm going. The other way we think about this is that, oh my God, I have no willpower, or I'll use willpower. And I like to liken willpower to your cell phone battery. So if I think about it, right now, I have 39% on my phone, 39%. This is kind of in the danger zone. Like, I might be like, oh, I got to start thinking about plugging it in. Where if I had 50% on my phone, I might not feel the same way. I might be like, oh, I got a little bit of time. And that's what I want you to think about when you think about food. You know, when you think about eating, you know, are you just going all the way to zero on your phone? Or are you like, when you get to 50%, you're like, okay, I need to find a power source. I need to plug in. Okay? So that's, you know, that's where I want you to think about that. And so when you're in that 30% or less, that's when the cravings kick in. That's when, as they say, you get hangry. And you'll eat your arm, you'll eat anything to satisfy that because you've waited too long to fill that spot. So what I want to do is I want to give you 20 things to do besides put your head in the fridge, face plant into a blueberry pie, and have someone hold your feet. I want to be able to help you get through that, you know, get to that happy place, get to that place where you can think rational versus, oh hell, I need food, and you're trying to get food as fast as possible. The first thing I ask everyone is, are you truly hungry? And it's really kind of cueing into your body and saying, am I hungry or am I bored? Is this just something I just want to do to avoid what I'm doing? Am I procrastinating? What's going on? Am I truly, truly, truly hungry? The second place I go is sleep. And I know some of y'all are like, oh, I can get by. Cut the madness. Imagine thriving on 7 hours of sleep. When you're thriving, you'll feel like King Kong on top of the Empire State Building. Trust me on this. Sleep is amazing because once I get good sleep, some of my hunger cues will go away. Some of my hormones will start to balance out. And it's amazing what happens when just something as simple as sleep sets in. So let's just start with those 20 that I keep alluding to. So one of the big things, if you follow any emotional eater, they always talk about this acronym HALT. And the HALT acronym is hungry, as I alluded to. Are you truly hungry? Angry, lonely, tired. So it's like, is there an emotional phase? Are you tired? Are you hungry? Like, you know, being able to tick through those questions in your head. Now, I know when you get to that 20% on your battery, you ain't got time to be listening to some type of questions. Like, no, I got no questions. I just want to go into the refrigerator, leave me alone, get out of the way. So one of the other things is thirst, you know. So I always ask a lot of my clients, it's either, have you been drinking? How much water have you been drinking? When's the last time you drank water? And it could be a cold glass of water, it could be a hot glass of water with some lemon in it, but just drinking, because sometimes thirst and hunger interchange with each other. You know, get active, go for a walk, turn on a CD, dance, you know, call a friend. You know, I also say if you have a dog or a cat, grab your dog or cat. Like, it gives you a natural calming. And, you know, play with your kids if you have kids, but find something to do with yourself other than eat. And I say, you know, I have this list here and I would pick 5. So, you know, go to the website, print out the list, highlight 5 that you say, you know what, I could do that. And then wait 15 minutes. And if after 15 minutes you are like, oh hell, then all bets are off, head to the fridge. Now, when you do head to that fridge, I'm going to give you some things to do when you're in the fridge. The other thing I like to do is go to my closet. You know, I hate the scale, and we'll talk about that later on the show. So go in and put on a pair of pants that you are dying to fit into. If that doesn't stop you from eating, I don't know what will. So just go in your closet, rearrange it, pull out things, like look at your clothes and just be like, you know what, if I went down and I had that brownie, I'm probably not gonna fit into my pants. So just something to consider. And before we really go down the trail, I say a lot of things not in judgment. I'm just stating facts. I'm just stating I've been a personal trainer for over 10 years, and this is what I hear from my clients. This is what my clients have physically said to me. This is what they've written to me. This is what how my clients speak to me. And I'm sure you guys have said this multiple times, like, I just want to fit into my pants. Well, that's an amazing goal. That's my goal. I just want to fit into my pants. I just want to look and feel amazing. That's a great goal. My goal has nothing to do with a scale, okay? So enough on that. I can go down the rat hole. The other thing I like to do is encourage you to read, journal, or read affirmations. And so I'll tell you, if a year ago I was sitting here and I said, read affirmations, I would be like, eye roll, dirty look, the whole bit. But what I find is affirmations are quotes for me. Kind of, if I'm over here, it kind of brings me back to where I want to be. And you can make up your own affirmations, or you can go and Google affirmations, and you can find some that resonate with you. And some of the ones that I like, and I encourage my clients when they are just starting out to use affirmations, is I love and appreciate myself. And a lot of times when we are on this journey, there's a lot of self-cuckoo that's going on, a lot of self-hate, a lot of self-blame, and we only have one body. And if we hate our bodies, where are we going to live? We got to really focus on self-love. Every day I'm getting stronger and stronger. It's safe for me to be a healthy weight. And so these are just things that you could just say over to yourself that kind of help, self-soothe yourself. But I know that if you say, okay, Kim, I've tried these 5. I've waited the 15 minutes. I've done it all. And I still want to get into that fridge. Okay. All right. I'm with you. I got you. Now, with that, there are healthier choices that you can make instead of the choice that you really want. Now, for me, it always falls into 3. I calculate cravings in 3 categories. You're either a sugar girl, a fat girl, or a soft girl. One of those 3 is really gonna light you up and be like, all right, I'm good. I need a moment. Give me 5 seconds. And so for me, I'm a sugar girl. And I think for sugar, that's a little tougher to find that right road, but I think I got a couple that'll get you good. One of my big go-tos is a sugary fruit. So I want you to think of sugary fruit like a mango, a papaya, a pineapple. Those types of things, just for me, like having a few bites of that just gets me to where I need to be. And it could be frozen, dried, fresh, but those little ones just get me to where I need to be. A banana with some type of nut butter on it. You want to take it over the top, put that on a rice cake. You'll definitely need a moment. The other thing is make your own hot chocolate. So yeah, you could say, oh, I can go to the packet and buy blah, blah, blah. Make your own. And I'm talking the baker's chocolate, like the powdery stuff. The powdery chocolate, you're going to do milk, coconut milk, almond milk, whatever your milk choice is, and a touch of sugar. Stir that up, because a lot of times, especially this time of year, although it's 50 degrees outside, you would just want something warm and soothing. So that feels nice, tastes nice. It's chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate? If you do, holla. And that herbal tea. When I was competing, I lived off of mint oolong tea. That was my 4 o'clock get me through thing, and I lived off that. If you're a salty girl, I think salt's pretty easy. I wish I was a salt girl, because there's 1,000,001 ways to get around salt. I'm a big fan of doing hummus, so get a 1/4 cup of hummus, and dip any vegetable in there. And I say pick more of the fibrous vegetables. So like I would pick like a carrot, celery, cucumber, broccoli, cauliflower, something that gives you a nice little crunch. You could also just put salt on cucumbers with some balsamic vinegar. That also gives you a nice little salt push. Whole wheat pretzels, that's another, crunch and salt all at the same time. I am a sucker for pickles and olives. So whenever I was having a salt craving, pickles and olives. And, the thing about the kind of the hacks that I'm giving you right now, you don't need a lot of them. Usually just a couple of bites, a couple of spoonfuls, and you're like, I'm good. I'm back to even. The other thing is fat. When people fall into that, they like fats, nuts, nut butters. The other thing, heavy whipping cream. Pour that into some coffee, make your cocoa with a heavy whipping cream. So that gives you that kind of like that sweet and that fat at the same time. Avocados, either slice them up whole or make it into guacamole. Now, when I say guacamole, I'm not saying head down to the Border Cafe and you have some chips, guac, and a margarita. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying truly make some guacamole and put it onto, say, a lasa crack or put it onto a rice cake. Don't just go to town and have like a Mexican buffet. So, those are kind of like some of the quick and easy things that you can do about that. And, as we head into this, I really encourage you to pick your battles. A lot of us will say, I'm gonna start my diet on January 1st. Okay, that's great. But research shows that by the middle of February, most of you have fallen off the wagon. And I find this to be because most people fall into this, I hope I can say this on TV, but balls to the wall beast mode. And it's all in, and I'm gonna eat whatever I want, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna eat clean, I'm gonna work out every day, I'm gonna do this. And they burn themselves out because it's really hard when you're like, you give yourself no wiggle room. Where on this side of the spectrum, if I say, okay, what are my daily commitments? What can I easily do that I can add into my life, that I can add into my family's life, and not be crazy? Because no one wants to be around the girl who's carrying around a gallon of water and a packet of carrot sticks. No one wants to be around that girl. But I'm not saying I want you to be the party girl where you're like, hey, the keg's at my house. No. So where's that balance of that? And so I always say, come up with 3 commitments that you can do. So, if it's, you can easily work out 3 to 4 days a week, do that. Because when you say I'm going to work out 7 days a week and you don't work out 7 days a week, in your head, you go 7 rounds with Mike Tyson. And no one needs that. Like, that's just not happy. That's not a happy place. Where if I say I'm going to work out 3 to 4 times a week, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to hit those 3 or 4 times a week because life happens. Kids get sick, your boss dumps work on you, you get a flat tire, you get sick, whatever. So really kind of as you're going through this, pick your battles. Don't get your batteries down to 0 before you feel like you need to recharge, because that's when you aren't in this area to go down this list and think rational. Because I know my husband refers to me as a gremlin. And, I can't be too hot, I can't be too cold, and if I'm hungry, game off. Like, you can't even talk to me. I can't even focus. I can't even rationally think about that. And that's a bad place to be. And it's rare that I get there, but I know a lot of people get to this point a lot of times. And so I want you to be able to take that, realize when your battery's at 50 and take some of these steps to get that battery back to fully charged. All right? So I can't believe that we are rapidly coming to the end of our time together. And so I know that we've covered a lot tonight. And like I said, if you go to my website, fabfitsquad.com/live TV, you'll be able to see the replay of this. as well as be able to download the 20 things to do other than stick your head in the refrigerator. You'll be able to download that and be able to highlight at least 5 things that you feel that you can do instead of stick your head in the fridge. But I want you to, recap and go back. Like, how much sleep are you getting? How much water are you taking in? Are you evenly spacing out your meals? And if this was, I'd say 5 years ago, I would be like, everyone must have this many meals in a day. I want you to make sure that you're equally spacing out your meals, and these are true meals. It's not like, oh, I had a yogurt, oh, I had some almonds, oh, I had some oatmeal. Like, to me, I'm like, because if I put all that together, that's a full meal. So make sure that you're eating complete meals that are going to keep you satisfied throughout the day. So I want you to take that time and like really get to learn and know your body, because that's the best diet plan out there. That's the best diet plan I know of. And so I encourage all of you to grab 5 of the 20 things that's going to work best for you. Like I said, it's in the show notes. I'm so grateful for those of you who are watching live, and for those of you who are catching the replay. Thank you guys so much. I've had a lot of support going into the show, so I'm really grateful and thankful for all of my old friends and for my new people that I'm meeting today. And please be sure to join me on January 12th when I have Naomi Rothstein, Miss One Fit Foodie. She is going to talk to us about how to make clean eating not suck. We all think about clean eating, and the first thing that comes to our mind is we think about brown rice, chicken, broccoli, oatmeal, and she has some amazing recipes. She has a great way of like putting together some really different things and getting some amazing taste out of it. And so your clean eating will never be boring. So Naomi will be with me on January 12th, and I'm really excited to have her be on the show to talk about that. I also encourage you guys, I love questions. I live for questions. As we go through the show and we get to know each other better, it's your questions that drive what I talk about. And I could pretty much talk about anything health and fitness for hours and hours on end. So please feel free to email me, connect with me on Facebook, connect with me on Instagram. At some point, we're going to have the ability for you guys to actually call and talk live. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that day. But in the meantime, until that happens, I encourage you guys to connect with me on Facebook or Instagram. I am Fab Fit Squad, and that's my handle for both Instagram as well as for Facebook. So definitely hop in. I'm in there pretty much every day answering questions. You can ask questions, providing workouts, recipes, funny things. So definitely do that. Just to remind you, I am Kim Barnes Jefferson. I have been a personal trainer and wellness coach for over 10 years, and I just enjoy helping women be their best person that they could possibly be. I am now learning to use the control panel, so that's what that was all about. I really enjoy helping women become their best. I love seeing when my clients step into their power, when they finally realize that they have the ability to conquer food. They have the ability to get fit, to get stronger. And, it really lights me up when, we set goals together and we take the steps to really hit and achieve those goals. So my goal for this show, and I'm hoping that you guys will be a part of the show, is that together I'll be able to bring, resources, be able to bring tools, be able to bring hacks that'll make healthy, clean eating accessible and easy for you, so that you're not just sitting there, reading a lot of information and trying to figure out, do you go left, do you go right, do you take 3 steps back, 3 steps forward? Life's too short to do a food cha-cha. There's no cha-cha. This shouldn't be a cha-cha. And, this information shouldn't be so hard to obtain. This information shouldn't be so hard for you to to figure out. I want you to be able to enter this in grace and ease. And so if you take anything away from the show, I want you to be able to, one, pick 5 things that can help you when that craving starts to come to you. 2, I want you to start to learn to get more sleep. I know that a lot of people are, very sleep deprived, and I got to tell you that unless you are curing cancer or solving world peace, you're really not doing anything that you couldn't do the next day. I do get, if you do have kids who don't sleep through the night, that's a completely different story. But this is like, you just doing stuff at night and you don't know what you're doing. That's who I'm talking to here. The other thing is, I just want you to make sure that you're timing your meals and you're getting as quality of food in your system as you possibly can. And as I alluded to earlier, I will have Naomi Rothstein here on Tuesday, January 12th at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and she will help us get through how to make clean eating not suck. And she's got, like I said, amazing recipes. I am Kim Barnes Jefferson. I am your host, and I look forward to speaking with you. And may you have a happy holiday and an amazing new year. Talk soon.